I'm Kendra Cook, your host for the DCTV Daily News program out of Dove Creek, Colorado. The Dolores County Broadcasting Network is the producer of DCTV with support from the Southwest Colorado TV Translator Association. That's the special district association responsible for bringing the area free-to-access TV stations over the air by antenna. This is a community TV station, so if there's a news story or event information that you would like to share, you can call us at 970-677-4119. If you're a business or organization, we welcome you to find out about sponsorship opportunities for banners or video segments run on the channel. This is the Friday program for June 12th, 2020, DCTV Daily News. As the DC Chamber Director and Manager, I, Kendra Cook, have been providing resource contacts and information for our area businesses. It's been the focus of most of this past spring as gatherings and efforts for tourism have been canceled. Our Chamber chats continue on Zoom. They're open to all businesses and community organizations and residents. It's a great time to check in to help make communications clear across many diverse offices. It opens at 10 a.m. on Tuesdays. The link is on the Chamber Facebook page, or you can email me at manager@dovecreekchamber.com to get the ID and password. In those discussions, which run anywhere from 20 minutes to an hour, the need to look to the future and pivot your business during these changing times will be a critical factor in a future success, and that's been discussed often. There's no more, quote, business as usual. This won't go back to what we used to call normal, so thinking creatively and inspiring one another to pursue alternative methods and channels to achieve those financial and developmental goals in a business are so critical. That brings me to an article in the Durango Herald on how one of the area casinos is adding an online app presence to augment their client reach. Photo courtesy Sky Ute Casino. Sky Ute Casino Resort became the first Native American tribal casino to launch a sports betting app, bringing its Sky Ute Sportsbook online this week. Amanda Hopkins, Director of Marketing at Sky Ute Casino Resort, said that the first wagers were taken Tuesday after a soft launch earlier this month with trial bets made among casino employees. Quote, "We're excited. It's a whole new revenue stream for us," she said. While the app can be downloaded anywhere, bets can be placed only if your smartphone's GPS system is on and you are physically located within the state of Colorado, Hopkins said. Sky Ute Casino in Ignacio and Ute Mountain Ute Casino in Toyac both gained the ability to offer sports books at their casinos and launch mobile sports betting apps open to people in the state of Colorado when voters in November 2019 passed Proposition D legalizing sports betting in the state. Sky Ute Casino sees Colorado sports betting as appealing not only to 5.75 million residents, many of whom are avid sports fans, but also the more than 85 million tourists the state attracts annually, Hopkins said. That was pre-COVID. Gamblers will be able to create a betting fund in the app, and if a bet pays off, their betting fund will be credited with their winnings, Hopkins said. U.S. Bookmaking, a Las Vegas-based firm, has been hired to manage the sports app and the coming bricks-and-mortar sports book at the casino. It will set odds and handle the operations risk management, Hopkins said. Financial details of the arrangement between Sky Ute Casino Resort and U.S. Bookmaking are proprietary and will not be released, said Charlie Flagg, General Manager at Sky Ute Casino Resort. Flagg said that federal law upholds tribes' rights not to disclose financial matters of its gaming operations. He did say that the casino is unsure how many wagers the app will be making as the venture is so new. Quote, "We're competing against some pretty heavy hitters that are operating out of the mountain towns. I know that the state published that the sports book for those that they regulate had a $25.5 million handle in May. Now that does not include any deductions for taxes, payouts, etc. I think we can probably give you some generalizations after we've been operating for a month or so. Maybe we might even have some sports to bet on in the near future," he said in an email. With most sports currently in hiatus, sports books across the country are reduced to taking bets on mixed martial arts fights, German soccer leagues, and other sporting pursuits that are relatively obscure in the United States. Efforts to reach the National Indian Gaming Commission to get details on the new Sky Ute Sportsbook and Sky Ute Casino Resort's physical sportsbook were unsuccessful as of Wednesday. Before COVID-19 restrictions intervened, forcing its closure, Hopkins said that the casino, which is owned by the Southern Ute Indian Tribe, had planned to open a physical sportsbook at the casino by May 1st. Originally, the app was to be launched in conjunction with the physical bricks-and-mortar sportsbook at Sky Ute Casino Resort, Efforts to launch the mobile betting app were accelerated with the arrival of COVID-19 and the forced closure of the casino. Sky Ute still intends to open a physical sportsbook operation at Sky Ute when the casino reopens. Currently, the casino is closed and no date for reopening has been announced, Hopkins said. Remodeling was underway at the casino to prepare for a sportsbook when COVID-19 hit and temporarily ceased work, Hopkins said. The casino plans to take the 49 Lounge out of the Rolling Thunder Bar and make the 49 Lounge a sports viewing area to be located next to its physical sportsbook at Sky Ute Casino Resort. When Sky Ute reopens, it will have 2 self-serve betting kiosks, but eventually the sportsbook will expand with a betting window and a video wall with multiple TVs. The 49 Lounge will serve as a sports lounge. Hopkins said advertising for Sky Ute Casino Resort has expanded beyond the Four Corners to take in the Denver metro area in order to lure sports fans on the populous Front Range. Sky Ute will also be active on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and other social media platforms advertising its Sky Ute Sportsbook, Hopkins said. Before the outbreak of COVID-19, the Mountain Ute tribe had announced plans to open the sportsbook, as was reported in Toyac by May 1st. However, efforts to reach the Mountain Ute tribe also were unsuccessful. On November 5th, 2019, Colorado became the 19th state in the union to allow sports betting after voters narrowly approved Proposition DD 712,405 to 692,377 votes. Voters in Dolores, Montezuma, and La Plata counties all rejected DD. In Dolores, it failed at 66% to 34%. And now let's take a look at our local weather. Today, sunny with a high near 84 degrees with south winds at 10 to 15 miles an hour and gusts up to 25 miles an hour. For tonight, looking for partly cloudy skies with a low around 58 degrees. Again, breezy with a south wind 15 to 20 miles an hour and gusts as high as 30 miles an hour. So that moisture pattern is now pushed into Saturday with a higher 40% chance for showers and thunderstorms in the afternoon. Mostly sunny with a high near 82 degrees and still breezy with a south wind at 15 to 25 miles an hour and gusts as high as 40 miles an hour. So that possible storm diminishes a bit into Saturday night with a 20% chance of showers before midnight. Partly cloudy and a low around 51 on the overnight. Breezy with a south wind remaining at 15 to 25 miles an hour and gusts to 35 miles an hour. The winds don't stop for Sunday. Sunny with a high near 80 degrees and breezy with a south-southwest wind 15 to 20 miles an hour and gusts to 30. And for Sunday night, mostly clear and a low around 51. Then into next week, it's a warm end to the spring with Monday sunny and a high near 83 degrees. Monday night mostly clear and a low around 52. Tuesday again sunny with a high near 85. Tuesday night mostly clear and a low around 53. And out to next Wednesday, sunny again with a high in the upper 80s, 85 degrees Wednesday night, mostly clear and a low around 54 degrees. Many of the bean acres have gone in and the first cut on alfalfa can be seen all across our area. And now back to the news. A new bill funding maintenance and improvement projects for public lands is gaining steam in the U.S. Senate with a local photo by Jerry McBride. The Great American Outdoors Act would permanently fund the Land and Water Conservation Fund. That's a trust set up by the U.S. government to pay for park maintenance projects and establish a consistent source of revenue for park conservation that would reduce years of maintenance backlog throughout public lands. The bill, spearheaded by Senator Cory Gardner, Republican of Colorado, and Senator Joe Manchin, Democrat from West Virginia, passed on an 80-17 vote on Monday, allowing it to proceed to the floor debate in the Senate. Quote, "This is a historic opportunity for us in a bipartisan fashion to pass the most significant conservation measure in over 50 years, Gardner said. More than 800 conservation and outdoor recreation groups have signed on to a letter published in March supporting the bill, arguing that it was a permanent fix to a long neglected issue. The Outdoor Alliance, one of the nonprofit organizations that signed the letter, pushed to expand the legislation to include the Bureau of Land Management and other public agencies in addition to the National Park Service. Quote, "This is definitely the biggest investment in parks and public lands that we've seen in years, in decades," said Tanya Lown-Hecht, spokeswoman for the Outdoor Alliance. "This is not to be underestimated." If passed, the bill would mandate $1.9 billion in funds raised from offshore oil and gas leases, and other energy projects would go towards outdoor maintenance and recreation projects projects through 2025. It would also fully fund the about $900 million budget of the LWCF, with the money split between the National Park Service, U.S. Forest Service, Fish and Wildlife Service, Bureau of Land Management, and Bureau of Indian Education, with the bulk of the funds going to the national parks. Lown, Hecht, and others have been making the pitch that conservation spending is a strong job creator. One study found that every $1 million spent on the LWCF could support between 16.8 and 30.8 jobs. Quote, "It will put people to work in public lands, and that's an investment that will bring back more than $1 for every dollar spent," Lown Hecht said. The LWCF was created in 1964 and was based on the idea that the depletion of one natural resource, offshore oil and gas, should be offset by the care of other natural resources protected as parks. Since that time, however, Congress has often failed to appropriate the full amount of money that the fund could have received each year, creating a logjam of maintenance projects in national parks across the country that have totaled to more than $30 billion in deferred maintenance, that according to the fund's own accounting. The bill gained momentum after Senators Gardner and Steve Daines, Republican from Montana, visited the White House in March to convince President Donald Trump to support the bill. Since then, the bill has earned the attention of Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell, as well as other Republican senators eager to support a bipartisan bill during an election year. Gardner also noted that the timing of the bill is especially prescient, as rural communities in southwest Colorado and elsewhere have been hard hit by a drop in tourism and job losses during the pandemic. Advocates agree, arguing park projects could be part of a broader plan for recovery. Quote, "We see this as a way to not only address the maintenance backlog on these lands, but to put jobs on the ground for people where they've lost them," said Tom Coors, policy director for the Nature Conservancy. The Senate will continue to debate the bill throughout the week. Senator Michael Bennet, a Democrat from Colorado, has also announced his support of the bill. If it passes, the House of Representatives will then have the option to vote on an identical companion bill introduced last week. Coors is cautiously optimistic about the bill's chances, saying it is a conservation win 55 years in the making. Quote, "We've been working on this for years and years, and this is the holy grail of the conservation community," Coors said. "We're ecstatic that this is happening." Colorado is now close to extending takeout delivery of alcohol into 2021. The Durango Herald reported with the photos Jerry McBride. Before COVID-19, the only way Coloradans could take home open alcohol from a restaurant was by ordering a bottle of wine and recorking it. Mixed drinks like a Bloody Mary, margarita, or martini, forget about it. But as restaurants closed for the pandemic and struggled to meet sales numbers that would keep them afloat, the state created a law that allows restaurants to sell alcohol with to-go and delivery food orders. Now, the Colorado legislature is considering extending that allowance to July 1st of 2021 to help restaurants get back on their feet financially. The Colorado Senate passed the bill in a 34-1 vote this week, and the House Committee of Public Services unanimously passed the bill on Thursday. Quote, "We need all the help we can get," said Chris Euler, co-founder and owner of Peak Food and Beverage, which includes Steamworks Brewing Company, El Moro Spirits and Tavern, and Birds. He estimated that alcoholic beverages make up 40% of his sales. "We've shown it can be done responsibly and done well," Euler said. Since the shutdown, most restaurants have been operating at a deficit. In normal times, the profit margin is 4%, Euler said. "It just shows how hard we have to work to get back to pre-COVID revenue levels," Euler said. Peak Food and Beverage isn't the only restaurant company that has benefited from alcohol delivery and takeout sales. Sean Clausen, an employee of Zia Taqueria, said that the restaurant has ordered more tequila and mix in the past month than it normally does in a whole quarter. Quote, "We are selling exponentially more margaritas than we have in the past," Clausen said. "It's been amazing for us and something we hope they keep doing." Alcohol sales helped cover overhead costs for Ernie's Bar and The Box at 11th Street Station, constituting 20% of takeout sales. When the restaurant was closed, alcohol sales made a significant difference, said owner Jamie Weisner. For Nariorit Restaurant, the availability of to-go and delivery alcohol beverages increased sales by about 50% when in-person dining was closed, said employee Diego Arias. Now that they are open again, to-go and delivery alcohol orders are dropping. Quote, "We still get drink orders here and there," Arias said. But Representative Barbara McLaughlin, Democrat from Durango, and Senator Don Coram, Republican from Montrose, doubt that the law will be extended beyond the currently proposed endpoint in 2021. This passed as a stopgap, Quorum said. If restaurants come back, I think it may not continue. Senator Rhonda Fields, Democrat from Aurora, voted against the measure because she was concerned about people drinking and driving, Quorum said. Colorado has always said no to open containers. Quorum said that McLaughlin also agreed that the bill had strong support in the Senate because it will help out one of the industries hit hardest by COVID-19. Currently, restaurants can open to only partial capacity to ensure social distancing, which creates more financial issues even for restaurants with loans from the Paycheck Protection Program. To avoid paying the loan back, restaurants have to maintain all of their current staff. Even without a global pandemic, this is a difficult standard to meet when restaurants can't operate the way they were before the shutdown order. Quote, "It's only for a limited period of time," McLaughlin said in a phone interview. They're being smart about it. And today's High Canyon country happenings in what's happening this weekend. First of all, you should have received your primary ballot in the mail if you're a registered voter. This is locally mostly the Republican primary ballot. There are 2 commissioner seats up for election this fall on the presidential ballot for November 3rd, 2020. They are for Dolores County District 2 and District 3. Both Dolores County incumbents are on the primary ballot unopposed within their own party. That is Republican Steve Garcher, District 2, and Republican Floyd Cook, District 3. This fall, there will be a challenger for the District 3 seat. That is myself, Kendra Cook, running as unaffiliated. To explain quickly what an unaffiliated candidate is, it is not an independent, as that is yet another actual political organized group, similar to being a libertarian, say, or a whole host of parties one can join, such as Socialist and Constitution, Green. There are actually over 60 registered in the U.S. No, an unaffiliated is a registered voter who wants to make a choice on the candidate no matter what the party affiliation is. About 1/3 of the Colorado voters are registered as unaffiliated. That's pretty significant, and recently the state laws changed so that unaffiliated voters were allowed to vote in the primary of either the Democrat or Republican ticket, but not both, choosing just one. So that's what you got in the mail, the delayed Republican primary ticket to see which Republicans will be represented on the November 3rd, 2020 election ballot, which will also carry the presidential tickets. Unaffiliated candidates have to acquire enough verified signatures to petition to be on the ballot with the major parties. So that is when you will see whomever else is running as unaffiliated when the election ballot is mailed to you prior to the November 3rd election. Along with the state Senate race and our congressional District 3 race here locally, there will be other elected positions up in the Capitol, and so far there are 5 ballot measures that have made it onto the state ballot. They include CISS. It's the 22-week abortion ban initiative, prohibiting abortion after 22 weeks gestational age. The CICA citizen requirement for voting initiative that amends the Colorado Constitution to state that, quote, only a citizen of the U.S. can vote in federal, state, and local elections instead of the existing language that says every citizen of the U.S. can vote. A locally controversial initiative is CISS Gray Wolf Reintroduction Initiative that reintroduces gray wolves on public lands. The VR National Popular Vote Interstate Compact Referendum joins Colorado into a National Popular Vote Interstate Compact, awarding Colorado's electoral votes to the winner of the National Popular Vote, if that is approved. And so far, lastly, BI, a transportation bond issue that authorizes the state to issue transportation revenue anticipation notes, or TRANS, a specific type of bond debt in the amount of $1.837 billion with no increases to taxes. As the fall election draws near, we will have more information on the entire list of initiatives or referendums that will be on the November 3rd ballot. And if you are not a registered voter, contact the clerk's office at the DMV to register or go online to vote.gov. Your vote counts as your voice. And a quick plug for the 2020 census.gov, also a way that you can be counted. There are 10 quick questions, including the number of people in your household. This data is used for federal programs and other services that are made available based on the population data. You can call in or go online if you didn't receive a packet. And I post up happenings and stories on our Facebook page, which is DCTV Daily News, where you can also watch the program replay along with news links and stories of local interest. And you too can share other events or news there and join in on the conversation. This is your local community TV station. So if you have something you would like to share, contact us. The email is dcbnnews@gmail.com, or you can call and leave a message at 970-677-4119. Thanks for tuning in to DCTV Daily News. Programs are broadcast Monday through Friday with replays online on our YouTube channel and DCTV Daily News page on Facebook. And if you like the program, please do like and follow us on Facebook and share it with your friends and family. This has been a production of DCTV for the DCTV Daily News program out of Dove Creek, Colorado, USA. I'm Kendra Cook. Again, thank you for watching.